welcome back to our channel. We're Dos Cavazos, and this is ReZero Season 2, Episode 13.
So last episode ended off with Satella walking up on the rest of the witches, and I am really excited to see what she's going to say. I mentioned in the end cap of the last episode, but it seemed as though the other witches, other than Echidna, didn't have as much issue with her as Echidna did.
Yeah, one of them, said, a name. I mean, the other one seemed a little, afraid, but it's a different kind of dynamic of the group than I expected. I thought Satella was, this, big, scary thing, but she's just, strolling on in, so.
Yeah, and after having taken out those witches, that's, the interesting
Unless
thing
it was a
for
lie.
me. I feel like we're going to find out a lot.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that we find out a lot here with Satella. We also found out in the last episode that Beatrice was kind of just put there by Echidna to, eventually pick somebody.
Yeah,
that
almost for fun in a weird way. Yeah,
it's really weird, and it almost kind of makes me feel like I forgot the name of Gluttony, but you know how she put out the rabbit, she put out the whale, and I guess that snake that we haven't seen just yet. It almost kind of seems like they were kind of playing with things in the world. And then just kind of leaving it out there for people, just experiments.
Yeah.
Just kind of like Echidna. She was also trying to get this body thing so she could always have a body to go to. So obviously they were doing some weird and nefarious things. I wonder if we're gonna get more into that. Did the other witches do things like that as well? I'm curious.
So you made it past all those barriers with the single goal of entering the Castle of Dreams? How very rude of you.
Show yourself.
What the hell is your problem? What is it you want from me anyway?
For so very long now, I've been deeply in love with you.
Why and how? How do you know him?
I'm pretending to be some kind of tragic hero?
That's not it. I'm saying that deciding you're the only one who should be suffering is cowardly. That kind of twisted thinking makes you a lot more despicable than any witch.
Oh my gosh.
All else. It's incredibly ungrateful to her.
What? What kind of weird logic is that? She holds his heart.
Please don't be hurt now. And please don't suffer. You mustn't look so sad.
You have the nerve to say...
Just no love.
That's what it comes down to? Are you honestly that desperate for me to love you?
Not at all.
What?
Overcome those feelings and treasure yourself more.
Are you serious? You're the one who gave me the ability to return by death!
I love you. That's why.
I don't get Satella.
Other than my own life, there's nothing I can use! As long as I get hurt more than others and do whatever I can to try and protect them, I can be sure that nobody else will ever have to suffer! It's not like anyone cares what happens to a loser like me, right?
But they do care.
If I put myself on the front lines without worrying about what might happen to me, I could have prevented it. I don't want to lose anyone else the way I lost Ray!
Oh my gosh.
And what is this going to accomplish? Look at you, crying, wailing, trying to handle everything on your own. Acting exactly...
Laru, why are you sobbing like that? Seems like you're really in pain. You're hurting, you poor thing. Who did this to you? Who made you cry?
Oh my gosh!
What the heck is going on?
I love you so much.
Can you stop saying that and explain yourself?
Stop it.
And the reason I love you is because you gave me everything.
What?
Don't you see? That's why.
Stop it!
That's why what? No, let her talk.
Did he bite himself?
Well, that's most certainly one option, Subaru Natsuki.
Oh, what the heck? What is happening?
His tongue.
He bit off his tongue.
Oh.
This'll be a piece
You got all the witches fighting.
Out of the way, Typhon!
I don't understand why, this one's... Well, I guess because she's, Wrath or whatever.
It's that simple. And of course that would mean I
Stop!
happen to be on Typhon's side too.
What? Can we just, go back to what Satella was gonna say?
No matter what I wish for.
Show me how awesome you can be, Subaru. Show them all.
I don't want to die.
Oh.
Is there any any worth to my life at all? What can I do now other than die and come back?
What's going on?
Where'd they go?
You are the one who rescued me, so it would seem only fair to grant you the same opportunity.
How did he rescue you?
Well, Minerva aside, I have to admit I'm actually a bit more surprised by the way you two acted. You even implemented a faceless bride to ensure that. But whatever for?
No reason.
No reason?
Sekhmet and Typhon stepped forward to make sure his wishes were respected. Minerva healed him. Daphne prolonged his life. And Carmilla used her authority to make him aware of the love he couldn't see.
They all, like, contributed?
Have your own reasons for doing so. It's quite clear that you all wish to help Subaru Natsuki. Absolutely fascinating.
Seriously,
I just want to know why.
what's
Yeah.
the deal with all of you?
Like, why are you so obsessed with me?
And since you find yourself not knowing what you should do, then would you consider extending your hand to me? With everything in my power, I'll take you to the future you're longing for without fail. I give you my word.
I literally don't trust any of them.
Yeah.
Mostly because I don't understand.
Your heart would be all that's necessary to offer as payment. But trying to deny that, in an attempt to claim not only your heart, but the future of other people as well, would be exceedingly difficult. Terribly greedy.
It's like I knew all about greed.
I was born in the greed.
All of the other witches you've met are actually good at heart, and that only I was evil to the end. Do keep in mind that I am a girl, one who just so happens to be terribly fond of you.
Can we, like, talk about Satella again? Like,
As I'm concerned, every single one of you is a monster beyond comprehension.
Listen, don't fret all alone. Fight alongside the ones who care about you. Rely on each other. Never forget that it's those people and others you've affected who will grieve when you die.
So why did you bring him here in the first place?
so did she only give him the power to make him love himself?
There will be a day.
To come and take my life.
You have my word. I'm going to save you.
Confusing.
I know. Like, I don't know if we're supposed to be that
Hey.
confused or not.
You really have no idea why?
They care about you.
Stop being so self-deprecating, Subaru. People actually like you.
Do you understand her? What did Patrichet tell you?
She just said, don't make me explain it. Helping them out, even if it means risking your own life. It's simple. To me, the feelings behind them are exactly the same, which is something that holds true whether you're a human or a ground dragon. Pretty dense, aren't you?
She loves you.
People
Get in
love
line.
you.
I'm just kidding. Patrichet's like number 10.
Oh, he's crying. This is what he needed.
I see. Patrichet, you actually like me, huh? I never thought you'd be the first one I learned that from. Well, I like you.
Aw, that's kind of sweet. But, I mean, like, so many people like you.
Her tail's wagging.
Just couldn't see it yet.
I guess he was just so focused on, like, you know,
Right.
Were you worried?
progressing.
Hold on a second. Does that mean you like me too?
Okay, there's no need for things to get awkward. I'm only thinking of what comes next.
Yeah, I know. We are friends after all.
Mr. Natsuki?
So does this mean I managed to pass the second trial somehow?
Ooh.
Oh, you're not worthy anymore?
Oh! It made him, like, throw up.
What happened?
Damn it. What was... Wait, it rejected me? Could I have lost my qualification? But why is that?
Because you care about yourself now.
What a nasty little...
Oh, she did it.
Did she, like, lie about it, or?
It's the first time that we've discussed this. We've interrogated each other so often now.
It would appear you have quite the history with me, don't you?
Yeah, I've also learned about a lot of other stuff.
What does your book say about it?
If you love Miss Amelia, then it should be a simple task for you. What is best for her should come first, and your needs after.
Hey, this is
That's a toxic form
weird,
of love.
Yeah.
That it's those people and others you've affected who will grieve when you die.
It's like opposite of what they were telling him.
Yet to even stand at the starting line of your resolve.
What is it you're trying to say to me? Because I have no idea what you're talking about. What do you
I
think?
feel the same way.
Determination to carry out your objective, even if it
What
means
is-
trampling on Miss Amelia's will.
What the
So long as there is life, there is a future. So long as there is a future, there is hope. So long as there is hope, there is great possibility. People can still be saved. You have nothing to say in response to this, I take it.
How does he know so much? Like, I'm gonna read the book.
I believe you've already faced many of the problems that arise within the grounds of this sanctuary. Although there are some that aren't limited to the sanctuary alone.
You mean the mansion, right? Are you telling me you know about what happened?
Of course I do.
Okay,
Is it
what was
written there?
suspected? Oh, because it's written?
Is that why?
After all, the order given for the assassins to attack,
Was you.
that command was one that I personally issued.
I mean,
Of
we
course.
thought that.
Even with the authority that you have at your disposal, it's infeasible to save both. You must weigh the options and decide which is more important. Once you make that choice, you can never take it back.
Oh my gosh.
As a being who can only rescue one and no others,
What the?
Why is he just like... He's like obsessed with him being obsessed with Amelia. I was gonna say Satella.
Please forgive me. I beg you. It was all my fault. So
you must get off your knees and raise your head, Subaru.
I want to do what you said, but I can't. I lost my qualification for the trial.
You what?
Please. Send
He didn't know that.
Therefore, my actions will not change. I will continue to corner you, to strengthen your focus, until I deem you as one who's perfected. Don't get
You say
conceited.
one of us perfected?
One who's perfect.
Oh.
If you hate me, punish me alone.
You think that's how I feel about you? I could never hate you. You're my beacon of hope. The only ones who allow me to experience even a flicker of that sentiment at all are you and Rum.
Ron.
Oh.
So what do I do now? What can I do?
So can he still like restart or?
I think he can, but
What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do?
Hey, would you like me to tell you what you should do?
Oh.
Otto?
That's me. Hello there. And good morning to you. Now, are you ready to answer my question?
Morning.
stay here all night?
Oh wow.
Give me a second, okay? I need to think. You were feeling hopeless, right? And you wanted to know what it is that you should do? Just leave it to me. This is gonna take a little preparation. You're gonna need to take a long, deep breath, okay?
What are you?
Is he a spirit?
Is he Puck? Oh, no, he just punched him.
He's just being a good friend.
We're all like speculating.
Look, he's a witch. No.
Stop putting on a tough guy front around your friends! Subaru Natsuki!
That's how it ended? With silence after a punch. I'm confused.
Yeah, me too. I can't tell if we're supposed to be confused or if we like are missing something. But I like don't know what's going on fully.
So, to the best of my guessing, I guess I call it that, is that obviously we don't know exactly what Satella is wanting him to like rescue her for at some point in time, but the love you, always love you, it almost kind of felt like the way it sounded, I should say, was that like I loved you, you should love yourself type of thing, and you need to be able to appreciate yourself more and not just be willy-dilly with your life.
But then like why did she even love him in the to begin with?
That's the thing I'm like, I don't even
And
know,
then, like,
to be honest.
did you give him that power so that he could learn to appreciate his life? But then by giving him that power, he just like was gonna like use it, or was that the point?
But then why'd you bring him to this world, and like what
Right.
is he doing? And then the whole thing with Roswell too, which Roswell takes me as another one of possibly these witches' experiments or something along those
Right,
lines, because
something.
you know, I even, like, the beginning of the episode, I was thinking, okay, maybe Subaru was also one of these experiments, but, like, you know, Satella's version of that, bringing them, or him into the fold of this world. But, you know, he mentioned the contract. It seems like his contract was with Echidna. And he may have gone, like, you know, like, lost his mind, I think is the words he used, because of all these years that he's been doing something. And we know, like, you know, his talk about fighting the dragon or whatnot, but I feel like I'm still confused by his motives as well, too.
Yeah.
And like I said, I feel like it has something to do with Echidna. Echidna obviously took away Subaru's ability to be able to do this trial again. And now he has to make his decision. And, you know, if it was Roswaal, it was as simple as, like, asking Echidna to, like, do it back. I just don't know why that is even a thing right now. What does she want?
Well, and then, like, for him to just go ask Echidna again, I'm like, we keep just going back and forth, like, in these, like
Bouncing
between
back,
these,
yeah.
like, two little things. Like, I feel like we haven't progressed much in the story. So maybe that's where I'm confused at. Because it's like we just keep going kind of back and forth from, like, the Tea Party to the mansion to, like, the Tea Party again, you know? So
Back to the sanctuary.
Right, and then the sanctuary still.
Also, Roswaal dropped a weird little tidbit there about Rom being the other person.
Yeah.
And, you know, we speculated that it was him who took off Rom's horn, you know, because they saw, like, there was, like, a figure behind her, and it looked very much kind of like a ruffly, or, you know, just, I would just say Roswaal's aesthetic. So,
Yeah.
the fact that he ended up with them makes me believe that even more so, but... I mean, we've seen him have those weird little interactions with Rom and not Rem, you know, like where he was like, oh, telling her like, oh, we'll do this type of thing. So I feel like Rom could probably tell us more, but like what is keeping Rom from doing that? I don't know. But like she's so like attached to Roswaal. It almost makes me wonder if it's like against her will, you know? Because even like, you know, she got killed by Roswaal. Mind you, she was shocked when it happened, but she jumped right in front. Like, why does she defend Roswaal, like, to no end? Maybe that there is just some sort of ability that he's holding over her, which is keeping her being so loyal to him. But if we're completely off base, let us know if we missed something down below, because I feel like we are missing something.
Yeah, maybe it's just us. Maybe we're just stupid.
It's not the show, it's us.
It's just us. No, I mean, I feel like I don't know. Maybe we like missed like a certain scene, a dialogue or something that like.
Or we're misinterpreting something.
Yeah, maybe we're misinterpreting it too. But another thing we found out in this episode was that Roswaal was the one who like organized the attack. We saw that from a mile away though. Like we knew it was Roswaal.
Because he kept dropping these little like phrases and things like, "Oh, I'm orchestrating everything," or things like that. And I'm not even like surprised anymore, because I mean I suspected it all along, and like I've been so confused about like the witch's motivations and whatnot that like Roswaal was just kind of like, oh, he's just there in the background, you know, he says weird things every once in a while, he's cryptic, but the witches are cryptic too, so I don't know.
Maybe that's what it is. Everyone's so cryptic.
Damn cryptic. They act like
and,
Jedi.
Like, they say a lot of words,
riddles.
but like don't give a lot of meaning sometimes.
Yeah.
So like I'm like, what?
Like word salad.
Like say it, just say it plainly. We can't understand crypticness.
Stop putting on a tough guy front around your friends! Subaru Natsuki, your head is nothing but a big jumbled mess now, and you have no idea what you're going to do, right? You get into situations...
We don't either.
But your arms and mind are both too weak to reach far enough, so all you ever end up doing is wasting precious time and desperately flailing around! If you do, then say something!
Man, look at all the going up there.
Oh.
You finally managed to lose your temper, but you paid no attention to your footing. I guess that pretty much sums you up perfectly, doesn't it?
Dang.
Pathetic.
Oh.
My God,
This
Otto.
is like harsh.
I was like, where'd you get all this testosterone?
It's like I shot myself up with roids earlier.
They could fight? You have all this confidence?
Fine. And you can do the same thing with a girl who likes you, too. Nobody would disagree. But that is it. That's as far as it goes. Deep down, you know that you're just not good enough. You know you can't reach.
Why is he being like that? I feel like...
And be someone the girl who likes you can be proud of now, don't you? Then why? Why don't you ever try and accept help from someone?
Okay, that's where he's getting at.
He always tries to do it himself.
I did that. I tried. I reached out to somebody for help, but it still didn't work.
But you didn't ask me. As far as I can recall, you never have.
Well, you did throw me off the cart once. I still hold
You're
that against
still
you.
on that? I forgot about that still.
I didn't. That still sits in the back of my mind.
But that was because of the whale.
I know, but still, like...
Just tell me to believe every single word, because that's what friends do!
All right. You might not believe me, but...
I can return by death. Can he say it? Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
We need to make a bet. One where the stakes are my wish and yours, all on the line.
Was this Otto's plan?
Maybe.
If you say this is the last time, what is it you want from me?
Actually, my demands are plain and simple. If I manage to save both the sanctuary and the mansion, you'll ditch that book and come with me. Emilia will be the new ruler.
Oh!
Ridiculous. What you're suggesting here is absolutely warped. How could you ever forgive what I...
If this hinged on me forgiving you, I wouldn't even ask, because there's never do that. Instead, I'll have to learn to bury that to get what I want. Up until this point, nothing deadly has happened at all. So if I solve
You
these...
did need Otto's help.
You didn't do anything.
The audacity to believe that you can have it all. The utter greed of that solution.
Greed.
Greed.
I'm greedy.
Your enemy has become the strongest card in play here. Is that still not enough for you?
With Miss Emilia unable to stand, the barrier will remain. The sanctuary will be covered in snow, and the mansion will become a bloodbath.
That ought to make the sight of you crying even better.
It isn't the worst idea in the world to start laying some groundwork for the next me.
If you're willing to admit that, does it mean you're agreeing to the bet?
The snow in the sanctuary and the attack on the mansion begin in 3 days. Do try your hardest to fight it and fail miserably.
So that's how long he has.
Two clowns at the mercy of fate. I say we fight this out fair and square.
How are things going with that conspiracy you're plotting with your friend? You've placed your hopes in Miss Emilia? She still hasn't been able to figure out why she's been struggling.
We've already strayed from what's written in the book. Roswell's free now, understand? She actually gave me some advice. Hold on, she doesn't like me too, does she?
Okay. Not everyone loves you.
Of course, I don't think he's ever lost at anything before in his entire life, so I was pretty sure he'd agree. But now, for the next step.
Oh yeah, right. Garfield.
You know who he reminds me of is Armin.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. And I'll continue on with my part of the plan. But, what about Miss Emilia?
I won't be able to rely on your help with that one. Honestly, I can't even rely on myself.
This little tune that plays makes me feel calm. Every time.
Wasn't there like a similar one in Haikyuu?
I think so.
Yeah.
To play that one off.
Hey, easy.
Tell me, are you prepared to scratch the surface this time and go deeper?
Well, at the very least... that, I'd say I know just about everything. Even what your goal is here.
Then I suppose the one young Ross was waiting for was you.
Oh yeah, sorry. That whole thing's been called off.
Why not use your authority as an apostle to demand my assistance?
I don't want to rely on that.
Huh?
Listen, I came out here to talk to you.
I forgot he had that ability for her.
Well, basically, I guess you could say the two of us are in an argument about liberating the sanctuary. I still thought your insight would be helpful to me.
You think I am opposed to freeing the sanctuary?
Wait a minute, are you saying you're not?
She just nodded.
My name is Subaru Natsuki. What's yours?
Ah yes, my name is Ryuzu Arma, and I am one of the first 4 copies.
Okay, so he's met the other ones.
Are you okay with that?
You are very kind to ask, young Sue. However, there is an exception. One of the first 4, Ryuzu Shima, is not
Doesn't
quite
want
the
it?
same as the rest of us.
Okay.
Ryuzu Shima.
I will tell no one. You have
That
my
was the
word
one.
on the name of Ryuzu Shima. About 10 years ago, she caused quite a problem. She was removed from the role of supervisor and is
She's
now
the rebel.
living in the forest with the other copies. For that reason,
She loves chaos.
she violated the contract with the witch who created us by entering the graveyard. Her goal was to bring back young Gar when he broke the rules by attempting to face the trial and did not return.
Oh.
I'm referring to the past that young Gar saw in the graveyard trial. Are you aware of the circumstances surrounding his family situation?
I know that Frederica is his sister, but...
That they're like animals?
So he's against liberating the sanctuary because of what his mother did, choosing the outside. It's his bitterness from being abandoned?
No, okay.
Whether it was done out of anger or out of sadness, however. is something most likely known only to him and to Shima.
So Garfield's a lot more intricate to this plot than we had thought.
Where'd she...
Oh!
She hiding?
Haru,
What are you...
the truth is, I couldn't get to sleep. But don't worry, because I'll be sure to get plenty of rest by tonight, okay?
It's almost noon already, though. Are you talking about sleeping till it's nighttime? Come on, Mealy.
We can relate.
It just gives me a really weird feeling. You can be so mean. Oh, thank you.
I want to know if you feel up to telling me exactly what it is you saw during the trial.
Ooh.
For years, I was out there in the forest, frozen and alone.
What?
That is, until
By
Puck
who?
found me and got me out.
Puck. Okay.
But who froze you?
One of the witches has to be.
How long had it been?
Since I was 6 or 7, we all lived in the forest together before it froze. The time before my rescue is just kind of a blur.
And what about your family?
I don't
Maybe it
remember
was
my...
Satella.
They were like me,
Okay.
frozen in ice.
Like your whole...
With Puck, we were waiting there.
Forest have to do with the royal selection.
It was Roswell. He made me a promise.
If you succeed in taking the throne, perhaps I can find a way to thaw the ice that encases this forest.
Oh. Huh. That's not really a bad reason, though. You just want to save your family.
Okay, so we now know her motivations.
Do they hold some clue to getting through the trial?
What did she
Maybe
say?
she can't remember. What if I ask someone who does?
Puck. Puck!
Sorry,
I feel like Puck might have a contract. Because you remember he said that contract was broken. Oh shit! It's freezing him.
Come on, you didn't have to go that far, did you?
Seems like you're a bit on the needy side, so I'm a little scared to let you stay next to Leah. Should I erase you?
Don't just say that like it's no big...
Oh my gosh.
Did you have another scary dream?
You're back!
Puck. We haven't seen Puck in so long.
It's like the beginning of the season.
Suppose my limit came up faster than I thought. But I was consciously trying to break our contract, so I guess it makes sense that I'd lose my
Contract?
greatest
Yeah.
strengths as a spirit.
To Roswell or to...
I couldn't talk to you about this before due to personal reasons and because of your own problems. But just know from this moment on,
Please don't do this!
What?
I'm entrusting you to somebody who cares about you almost as much
Subaru?
as I do.
There's no one! There's no one who...
Leah, it's time for me to break the contract between the two of us.
Yeah, between them.
Amelia,
So what's his
I love you
con?
so very, very much.
It's beginning now.
Okay.
Leah,
I feel like we're gonna get so much
We're
information.
getting somewhere.
remember, I love you more than anyone in the whole world.
But did you kill my family or freeze them?
Show the memes.
I wouldn't really care, but if it drives her so nuts that she misses the trial, then what good is she to us?
This is a matter of the heart, so it makes me sad for her. Incidentally, young Gar, about young Sue.
The dude who's covered in miasma?
Indeed.
A Rudy that stays up all night will regret having short legs, you know.
Emilia, are you okay?
Tell us about your memories. What do you remember?
And if not, then I want to believe I'll be just fine in the morning.
Anyway, don't worry about it too much. If there's anything I can do, well, I can't offer a lot, but what's mine is yours.
A handhold.
Just hold my hand, and would you mind staying here until morning? It might help. I'm sorry, hate to ask. But would you?
I mean, he would do it in a heartbeat. This song.
If that's what you want, then it's not a problem for me at all. In the morning, you'll be feeling much better, okay? I believe in you, Mealy.
I'm gonna scoot over because I'm not gonna sit here all night. I will sit there all night.
You're doing it for Mealy. Oh, is this her memories?
Okay. What are we gonna see?
They wanted to protect you. I hope you won't hate them. Amelia,
Alive.
I love you more than anything.
That's like what Puck said.
I guess I need to start looking around too. Old hag, you awake? Everyone's out searching for the princess, and someone might come by looking for her, so you better go.
She's gone too. Is this part of the plan? What's going on here?
Something about this doesn't feel right.
Old hag, you in here? Damn it, she's not here either.
2 cups.
Is that you?
I'm sorry to have to be the one to disappoint you. But a friend of mine asked for some help.
He asked for help. He reached out.
All kinds of conspiratorial plans have been laid out already. So now that the host of the banquet is away, how'd you like to play the host instead?
What?
All the people who told you that kind way. I love you so much.
Good. I finally found you.
Subaru?
He's been through it.
Yeah.
All right, Mealy. Listen. We need to talk.
So by that, I'm thinking that before Puck disappeared and when Subaru spoke to him, they orchestrated some sort of plan. Because that's the only thing that makes sense here. Subaru wouldn't have left her side for anything unless there was like something that was greater. And I feel like we're going to find that out here. And then obviously Otto talking about conspiracies and whatnot, how they've been laid out. I feel like that's all playing into it.
So I'm kind of wondering if the contract that Puck had with Amelia was to like block her own memories for her. Maybe I don't know. Maybe like she couldn't handle whatever it is, and like that was why she needed him in the first place.
Yeah, but then also there was like that period of time. When I say period of time, let's just say that moment where he killed Subaru when he was like all massive and everything froze over. He mentioned something about the contract and how he would like destroy everything or something along those lines because the contract was broken. What is that? What are the details of this contract? What's the fine print? Like, I block your memories and if you die, I kill the world?
Right. That's not fully adding up either. And then also, like, the mom was saying the lie that people told you. Like, what was the lie? Does it have to do with Satella? Like,
I feel like it does,
like,
right?
Because, like, maybe that's where the whole, like, you look like Satella comes from.
I mean, they do look like each other.
They do look like each other, yeah. But, like, I don't feel like that was, like, a big enough being like, I'm sorry about the lie. You know, like, okay, whatever. You look like a witch. But what else? Like, what is it? And what is truly? But I feel like we're getting somewhere now. We're getting somewhere.
We're advancing.
We're getting
Subaru was doing something here. Because obviously he looked like disheveled and whatnot.
Yeah.
He had like little marks on him and whatnot. Otto is talking to Garfield right now. That's got to be a part of the plan as well.
Yeah.
So the fact that she can like tap into her memories now, I feel like we are going to get an advancement of like, you know, what we already know. We're going to find out greater things, you know? I thought we were going to get that at that third tea party, especially when Satella walked in. To us, that was just crypticness. I mean, it was a little bit more cryptic, but Roswell was even more cryptic than them, so then it just kind of really threw us for a loop. But I feel like we're getting a little bit more back on track thanks to this episode.
All right, well, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone.